Good morning, YouTube. My name's Ebi, here with Celebi, and today we'll be going over all the options in Pokemon Unite. Let's get it. Frame rates. This video that you're seeing here is going to be low frame rate. It's going to be 29 frames per second. This video is going to be medium frame rate. This is also 29 frames per second, but it's a little bit smoother. And this last one is high frame rate. This is going to give you the smoothest gameplay. There's no reason for you to not have this on. Everyone has the same console, everyone has the same abilities, so put it at high and enjoy the 60 frames per second. It's a lot smoother. It might look a little bit better on my recording just because it was recorded at 60 frames per second. Show trainer names. So show trainer names is pretty simple. It'll show the trainer name. Here you see the trainer name. Here you see without the trainer name. Outlines. So outlines, this is what it's going to look like with the outlines on. It'll give like a little orange glow around your character. And without it, you won't have the orange glow. So it's up to you whether you want it or not. Show cooldown decimal values. This one, there's no reason to ever have this off. If you have it off, it's going to look like this. It'll count down 3, 2, 1, 0. If you turn it on, it'll count down 3, 2, 1, 0.9, 0.8, 0.7, all the way down to 0. So you can time your moves a little bit more accurately. Vibrate function. This one's a little bit up to you. If you turn it on, it vibrates. If you turn it off, it doesn't vibrate. I like to keep it on just because it's a little bit more tactile feedback, but if you want to keep it off, it'll save a little bit of battery life. Not that big of a deal. Highlight outlines for opposing Pokemon on screen edges. So this one's exactly as it says. As the enemy gets closer to the edge of the screen, they'll get a little red outline around them so you can spot them a little bit easier. Colorblind support. So this one's pretty direct. It'll adjust the colors of the health bars so it's a little bit easier for those that are colorblind to identify the differences between the two colors. So this is the colors it'll be when it's default, and this is the colors that you'll see when it's on colorblind mode. Opponent lock-on priority. So for this one, you have the options of lowest remaining HP by percent, lowest remaining HP by value, and closest Pokemon. So this kind of depends on your playstyle. Generally, I like to keep it at lowest remaining HP value, just because it'll help you kill the lowest HP person. But depending on the comp and your playstyle, you might have to choose something else. Attack controls. So for this one, it should be on advanced controls always. They need to get rid of default controls. There's no reason for this to even be in the game. It's pretty simple. If you press A, it'll attack an enemy Pokemon. If you press B, it'll attack a wild Pokemon. You want this on at all times. When you're fighting for objectives, you definitely want to be able to target the objective to get the last hit. So you don't want to accidentally attack the enemy when they jump in to steal your objective. Automatic basic attacks. So for this one, basically you just press A and it'll keep auto attacking. If you use a move or if you move yourself, you'll actually cancel it, but otherwise it'll just keep auto attacking without doing anything else. The problem with this is if you're trying to hide in a bush and poke, it'll activate at times you don't want to, and then the enemy will be able to spot you, attack you, and kill you. So it's better to keep this off. So you can see here on the screen that I can stop attacking and I can go hidden inside the bush very quickly. But if it was on, the character might continue to attack before I move and ruin my plan. Boosted attack gauge. So if you don't know, every third attack is going to be a boosted attack. If the gauge is off, you won't see the count that you're on. If you turn the gauge on, at that point, you're going to see the count that you're at. Once you see a yellow bar, that means your next attack is going to be a boosted attack. Lock on icon. So this is going to show you a dial on the right. You'll be able to choose who you want to lock onto, and it won't change from that until you change it yourself. This will override the opponent lock on priority. In pursuit mode. So what this does is if the enemy is outside your range, it'll pull you towards them. So if you're running away from the enemy, it'll turn you towards your enemy and attack them. So if this is on, you might actually turn to your opponent and run towards them when you're trying to get away and poke them. So as you can see in the video, it'll turn and attack them if they're in range. Otherwise, it will not turn back and readjust to get them in range. Scoring controls. So there's press button and hold button. For me, I like to press the button. Pressing the button goes by a lot quicker. You're able to control when you want to do it and how you want to do it. If you're holding the button, if you're trying to hold it and it gets canceled, it could cause delays trying to readjust. If you press, you're ready to press again. Camera follows moves. So this one, it was a little bit difficult to see the adjustments for what's happening. But as you can see, when it's off, the camera just stays right on your character. But when you turn it on, there's going to be a little bit of a camera shift. So as you saw, Wigglytuff is on the bottom here, and when I move, the camera stays in that direction until I attack eye palm and readjusts. Move aim follows movement. For this one, you always want to keep this on. So when it's off like this and you're running away from your enemy, it'll turn around and attack them. As you can see, now that it's on, while you're running away from Jigglypuff and you try to dash, it'll dash in the direction that you're going. So this is very critical when you're trying to get away from someone. Move aim snaps to nearby target. So when this is off, the move aim will look at the enemy, but it will not stay targeted on them. As you can see, when I'm moving around, it doesn't stay focused on Wigglytuff. Here, when it's turned on, it's staying as I move around. The aim will continue to follow Wigglytuff around. I like to keep this off just so it gives me a little bit more control and fine adjustments. Move learning controls. So for this one, keep it at single button. There's no reason to have it at multi-button. Camera sensitivity, minimap hidden and shown. So the minimap's called hidden when it's in the top left corner, and you can have different speed adjustments from when it's hidden and shown. It's considered shown when it's enlarged and in your face. I like to keep the minimap hidden at about 40% and the minimap shown at 100%, just so I have different speeds and control over the camera. Minimap position. So I like to have it on the bottom right just because I'm used to that from StarCraft. So you have two choices for this. You could have it in the top left corner over here, or you could have it in the bottom right corner over here. But it also gets congested if you have to dial on the right as well. Aim assist. If you want to mess around with smart assist, go right ahead. You're going to be programming your assist and going from there. If you're able to get it for exactly what you need, you'll probably benefit from it, but not something I'm interested in personally. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know down below who you want to see defensive guides for. I'm going to assume it's Gengar, but let me know what you think. I'll see you next time.